His website's whatreallyhappened.com. My websites are infowars.com, prisonplanet.com, infowars.net, prisonplanet.tv. Then we have bibliographies online at followtherepublic.com or .net, theobamadeception.com, whatistheendgame.com, where we document everything we claim. We have to stop rolling over to this tyranny, stop capitulating to it, ladies and gentlemen. And I do see people waking up. I do see people getting angry. And Chertoff and others already made the deals to some numbers that are as high as $9 billion for these scanners and other systems. I mean, this is just outrageous to see them out in the open doing this, making money, enslaving us, Mike.
It is. It's just absolutely, it's very depressing to see. But you were talking in the last segment about standing up and saying, I'm not going to be a slave anymore. And I keep thinking about what is the institution that we have in our society that is always teaching us to be on our knees and to turn the other cheek and not fight back. And it seems to be organized religion, which may explain why they get all these tax breaks from the government. And it almost seems sometimes like religion, or organized commercial religion, is definitely on the side of the government, where they're working to try and talk us out of fighting back against our
clergy
oppressors.
Response teams. Faith-based initiative in the last 9 years has completely taken over all the denominations, and we got the secret documents. Now mainstream media admits it. The preachers are training their flocks, quote, for martial law.
Yeah, render unto Caesar and all the rest of that. So we need to recognize that those churches, they're part of the problem. They are not working for the freedom of the people. I think one of the popes once said there never should have been a Bill of Rights because God does not grant to man rights of freedom of speech and freedom of movement.
Unbelievable. And now the Pope's calling for a global tax for the environment. It's just world governments being openly called for. I mean, this is just outrageous.
It really, really is. The only good news is that the failure of the when pigs fly flu to become the scourge that it was promised, the failure of the human-caused global warming agenda, those were two of the three pillars on which the foundation for global government was being built. So they're in serious trouble right now because the credibility of global government is very damaged. People are not seeing it as a blessing and a benefit. They're seeing it as the enemy of their own personal freedom. And so I think people are starting to dig their heels in, but they need to get angry. They need to find out whatever it is that's in their diet or their lifestyle or whatever that is persuading them not to be angry. They need to understand that anger is a defense mechanism. It is a survival mechanism, and they need to start getting into that because anger is going to give you the energy and enthusiasm to do what needs to be done to secure your freedoms. Government never makes you free. You have to take your freedom from the government.
Well, expanding on that, you're right. They've tried the fake global warming. They're still moving forward on that, but they're damaged. They tried the fake swine flu. That blew up in their face, a big disaster for them. All this news in Europe of indictments and corruption at the UN, fear-mongering it with companies to make money. And so they're falling back on terror, but it's come out that Ridge, the last Homeland Security head, admitted that it was all fake and done for political purposes. We have the facts. We have the proof. And for all of you yuppies and people that haven't spoken up or people that are awake who haven't gotten involved, you better do it quick, folks. This is serious tyranny we're dealing with. This isn't your mama's tyranny. This is a high-tech, really vicious tyranny. And don't say you weren't warned. You know, in the end, we're going to win, Mike, even though things are going to get a lot worse, because you and I and countless others have planted the seeds of truth. And people ignored us, but they now remember what we said, and now it's triggering. They're waking up. And that's why I think we have a good chance of turning this around if we offer people the alternative of a free society, an open society, and really document what we could be instead of what we're becoming.
Absolutely true. And the main thing is people are recognizing the government is lying. They're looking for somebody to tell them what's really going on. And, of course, they're coming to our radio shows and our websites.
Mike, you're awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep up the great work, and it's good to be working with you and exposing and developing this boycott of the airlines and others to stop these naked body scanners like we stopped the global warming fraud and the flu fraud.